Hey everybody, this is Matthew with Forging Your Legend, where we help people turn their toughest battles into their greatest legends. So today, I want to address the question that almost everybody who I work with has, and that's the question of, can I get well? Or if I'm working with somebody who's not dealing with a health challenge, can I succeed at this very difficult goal that I have? And the answer I have for you is yes. Convenient, right? But really, the answer is yes. You can get well. The question is, do you believe that? Or do you at least have the willpower to stay with the process long enough that you can get there? Because in my experience, if somebody has the willpower to keep going and the willingness to keep trying things, then not in every single case, of course, but most of the time there is a way. And of course, everybody who's anxious about this will think, well, what if I'm part of the group of people that can't do it? If you are here listening to this and you've got enough brain power to ask that question and to watch videos, and you have enough resources that you've at least got something to eat and a place to sleep, you're ahead of some people already, and you can absolutely do it. A couple pieces of advice I'll give you on this. When you are unsure of whether you can do this, I want you to first of all, learn to doubt your thoughts, because often your thoughts are going to tell you it isn't possible. And at the deepest level of truth, I guess you don't know. I guess you don't know absolutely for sure that you're going to succeed because you haven't done it yet. But the thoughts that are telling you there's no way, you're not going to be able to do it, you got to learn to doubt them, because what are they really giving you? What are they offering you? Really, it's just nothing. That's when you know it's fear, when it offers nothing and takes everything. If it offers something that you can do differently, that's a different matter. But a lot of times these thoughts aren't really offering anything. So you got to say, all right, I'm going to at least doubt this. I'm going to doubt whether this is actually true. I don't really know. Don't know if I can't get well. But part B to that is, what if that were true? What if it were true you couldn't get well? Well, then I guess you'd be screwed. So then it wouldn't matter anyway, right? Conversely, if you can do it, but you keep letting yourself get drowned by the idea that you can't, lost in these thoughts, this negativity, which is understandable, of course, to have it sometimes, but if you get lost in that, you might actually sabotage the process. So you don't really have anything to lose by trying, other than, maybe some disappointment if you feel like, you give your best and you don't succeed. But I would much rather see you in the position of disappointed temporarily because you haven't found the answers yet, rather than you didn't try and you missed the window to do it. So learn to doubt your thoughts. Another thing I'm going to say is just have the tenacity and the audacity to believe that anything you decide on is possible. I don't believe that we have desires in our hearts that are impossible to accomplish, at least not the ones that are connected to our deepest heart and our deepest truth. Another piece in this equation is, a lot of times people will look at what they think is evidence of why they can't succeed. And they'll say, maybe it's, I'm like this other person who I've heard about or who I know who didn't succeed, who didn't get well, or whatever they're trying to do. And I can respond to that by saying, well, I can also find people who are like you, who did succeed. So you've got to look for ways that you're similar to people who have done it, rather than similar to people who failed. Because you honestly don't know the whole story. I often have clients say to me, like, yeah, I heard about this woman who she tried and she tried and she tried just like I'm doing and it didn't work. And I say, well, have you talked to her? Have you interviewed her? Have you looked at every factor of her life, her upbringing, her mentality? And of course, it was just something, that the client probably read about in the newspaper or saw on Facebook. And so you don't know. And again, it comes back to, if you don't know for sure, what's more useful to you? Is it more useful for you to believe that you are similar to people who get well, or similar to people who don't? I think the answer to that question is obvious. So again, that comes back to just doubting the negatives and maybe being a little bit exaggerated in your willingness to believe the positive. So in essence, just know that I did what should have been impossible. I've had a lot of clients do what should have been impossible, and there's countless people doing it every day. You just don't often hear about them, because often the people who succeed, they end up either disappearing from the places where they used to come and share their pain because they're outliving their lives, or there's definitely a bias toward negativity in our world, and sometimes we just don't see all the beauty and all the successes and all the good things that are happening. So set your filter to find those good things. Look for where you're similar to people who can heal. Learn to doubt your negative thoughts, and just know, if you keep going, if you keep trying, if you keep showing up, there's a way for you. So thanks so much for watching. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. And if you have any questions, just reach out. I'm happy to help. So have a great day.